She's soft but bold, sacred but loving, slightly unhinged, and completely herself. And her powers, oh yeah, they're showing. You've stepped into her powers showing. Oh my gosh, hello. As you can probably tell, I've completely rebranded. I'm a new woman. I loved my last episode with you all. It was about becoming her. Who is she? What's she doing? Well, she's transforming. Welcome. If you're new here, my name is Gemma. I have gone by many titles, but I'm a hormonal health coach. I help women heal their bodies from within. However, I've gone through one of my biggest transformations, definitely my biggest transformation in life, and it's because I'm allowing that part of myself that no longer serves me to let go. I'm allowing the controlling part of myself that was there to protect me, that was there thinking I wasn't good enough, that was there thinking this version of me isn't smart enough, isn't confident enough, isn't clever enough to do a business to help women, isn't good enough, all the things that you could say. I think I said a couple of those words twice. And I needed some time and space. If you listened to my last episode, you would hear how I did that, to actually discover who the heck I am now. Now, I am a mother of two beautiful young kids. One's my 3-year-old son and my 6-year-old daughter. And they're going through changes of their own. My 6-year-old daughter is she just started school. That was crazy in itself. My son, went to a new daycare. That was crazy in itself. And I realized I hadn't discovered who I really am since I had these little kitties. When you have kids, right, your brain actually changes. It's facts. It is in the research. Look up Dr. Lisa Mosconi. She has all the research there on how our brains actually transform. They transform during puberty. They transform when we when we give birth, after we give birth, they transform. And then they transform again during perimenopause and postmenopause. So, wouldn't it make sense that if your brain transforms, that then you become someone different? And this is why I think so many women have kids and then they lose themselves. Yes, there's also the facts that we're looking after kids and no longer focusing on just us anymore. It's literally you have to do everything to make sure these kids survive and thrive. So you put yourself to the back burner. But it also is your brain's transformed. It's changed. And when I mean transform, it's if you've never heard of neuroplasticity, look that up. Our brains are neurotransmitters. We stimulate different areas. We don't use certain parts of our brain anymore. That's why they call it baby brain when you're a new mum, because all of a sudden you're forgetful. All of a sudden you're not thinking clearly. That's also the fatigue of it all too. But it's because you're not actually using a certain part of your brain anymore, because you're using a different part of your brain so that you can connect to your baby on another level. How insane is that? How crazy is that? So as I'm rebranding, I'm realizing I never gave myself the space or time to discover who I really am, who I want to be, what I actually want to help women with, because I have loved diving into the world of nutrition and fasting and hormonal health for women. And the results I've seen are incredible. Women are they're being diagnosed with lifetime autoimmune diseases and using things like fasting, blood sugar monitoring, and they're able to all of a sudden not have this lifelong disease that they were told that they were going to have. So that was in itself, I was like, I need to dive into this world. If you haven't heard my story, as I said, if you're new here, I've had Hashimoto's, underactive thyroid, and a lot of it just affected me more mentally than it did physically. Like I did have the unexpected weight gain and things, but once I was on the proper medication, I was easy enough to get rid of that. It was more the mentality. I was highly depressed. I was really anxious, and my self-worth was getting lower and lower. So what did I do? I became a businessman. I started my own business. I learned more about nutrition, learned more about women's hormones. I'm a certified, internationally certified functional hormone specialist. And I dove right in to make sure that I was like, okay, I'm learning all there is to know about women's hormones and understanding how to eat to our hormones and understanding how to thrive off this, so that then I can help myself, so then I can help others. And that was amazing, right? I've helped so many people, so many clients like feel just pretty much the general consensus is a lot of them come back to me at the end of it and saying, oh my God, I understand my body. No one's ever taught me this. No one's ever taught me anything about my body. Like, this is incredible. Like, all the studies out there, they're mostly done on men. So this is incredible when you get to know your own body. But here's where we came stuck. Well, where I came stuck. I started feeling better in myself. I've had endometriosis in the past. So I've had really painful periods and really like crazy cycles. I've gone way up and down with my moods. And lately, as I said, I hadn't given myself time to go into childhood trauma, go into past experiences. Even when I was pregnant, having kids, I was pregnant at like early 20s, and I hadn't. Like early 20s nowadays, that's like way lower than the average. Most women nowadays are having kids. I think I saw the average is around 30, I think it was like 31, 36. So that's the average to have kids, which is crazy. Like back in my mum's, not crazy, like obviously it's normal, but I mean that it's crazy that I had kids at 23, and I know some people that were having kids at that age, but not a lot. So I didn't have the support around me, and I felt alone during that time. And I was excited, but I also had this like thought of, okay, now everything's ended for me. Like now it's not about me anymore. It's about my kids. It's about what their future is going to be like. It's not about my future anymore. It's about them. And, everyone has their demons, right? Like people are saying, women are saying they feel pressure to start having kids and start building a house, getting married, all that early. And then other women are saying they feel like, they want to wait. And like me, I did do it early as the book, but then I still feel the pressures of, oh my gosh, like now I've missed out on all of my 20s. I literally went to a talk one time and they were saying like, all of us back in our 20s when we were just partying all the time. And I was like, not me. I had kids. Like I did not like party. I think my party stages were from the age of 18 to maybe 21, 22, and then really slowed down. And then I was like full married, having kids, and really settled down. So that in that moment made me feel out of it. So I hadn't actually taken the time to be like, who the hell am I? What do I want to do? Who do I want to become? And this is imperative to your health journey. This is so important to your hormones. And I discovered this for myself, but now I'm also discovering it for my clients. I've got one client, right? And she was wanting to heal pain leading up to her cycle, to stop the migraines from happening, to just feeling better overall with her energy and everything. When we came down to it, I knew straight away, I was like, this isn't fully just about her cycle. This isn't about what she's eating. I gave her some tips, added some minerals and things like, and that has helped. But the real work was understanding her power, understanding her confidence, who she is, who she wants to be, and what she wants to do in life. And that was the powerful change that we saw. Now she's so aware of her hormones, of her body, and of her environment. She's understanding things and seeing things like pretty much through a new set of eyes. So that's where I was like, whoa. I need to take a step back here and sort out what I actually want to do, because the change is deeper than nutrition. The change is deeper than just adding a few tweaks here to your lifestyle, adding a workout routine. It's so much more deeper than that. And I was going through it personally myself. I'm just going to be real and honest with you here. This year was hard. I went all in on my business last year and was like, I am going to put everything into this. And I did. And I took that risk. And you hear those stories about people taking risks like that, and then it pays off. You know, maybe it's hard for the first 3 months or something, and then it pays off. And then they're like, now all of a sudden I'm a millionaire, or whatever it is. Mine wasn't like that. And I think a lot of people's, they're not like that. And you only ever hear those overnight success stories, right? You don't hear the other ones, because obviously they're not very inspirational. So I had to get a job, because I'm still doing my business, but I needed to get a job on the side to build it up. So I went for this first business. If you've been listening to my podcast episodes, you would have like already heard this. I was so excited about it. It was an amazing opportunity. It was exactly the place where I wanted to be. It was holistic health. Like, that is my thing. That is what I love. And then signs were showing that I was not in the right place. Like, I was doing things which technically I really felt like I know it was definitely out of my scope of practice. I'm not a registered nurse, and I was looking after really sick patients, and I was worried about, like, I don't think I'm supposed to be here. Like, I don't think this is for me. Like, and I love looking after people. I love healing people and being there for people, but as long as it's also safe. Like, I was not doing, I swear to God, like, I was doing things that were like a nursing role, and I have no nursing qualifications, and that was interesting. So I knew deep down I had to trust my gut, and I had to trust my intuition, that I needed to leave. And I also had to trust that it was going to be okay and that I would find another job. Well, I quit, and then instantly I found another job, and I was like, oh my God, sign of the universe, right? This is all happening. Like, it's all, I did what I tell my clients, as I listened to my gut, I listened to my intuition, I quit. And then exactly when I quit was when I straight away got the next job, and I started the next job the following week. Now, the next job that I applied for, that I got, like, and I had, mind you, I had applied for like so many jobs. It is because I live in Queensland, and at the moment in Queensland, there's a lot of people moving up here from different states, and everyone's trying to get a job. So I got a job, and I had applied for like 50 things already in the past 2 weeks. And the one that I got was a call center position. And now I wanted to think positively, because I felt like this was a sign from the universe. So I was like, okay, a call center job, like, this is perfect. And I just thought, I know call center sounds annoying, because like people just call you on the phone. It's just like spam calls. But I was like, no, but this could help me with sales. This could help me with my business, help me with getting no's and being okay to overcome them. Well, I did not. Oh my gosh. Okay. This is where my mindset all like went out the window. Like, all the positive thinking, all the self-talk, all the stuff that I tell my clients went out the window for me. I like literally lost myself. Day one was training, day two, and then at the end of day one, we got to like be on the phones and call people for the last half hour, which was excruciating. I hated it. It was like calling. I kept telling myself, oh, but I'm helping them. I could be adding value, because it was something to do with like private health, and you can help them get a better deal on their private health. But most people just hang up on you. It's a really simple, really easy job, but the call, you don't get to press. I thought I had to type in the numbers, I thought I had to call people. No, the call just was ongoing. It just kept going. And then I was like, the next day when I did a full day of it, I was like, oh my God. And the ego part of me, so the ego is that part that, comes in and tells you all the things like you're not good enough and all that stuff. And I started having this part come through, like, how did I get here? So you know what I did? I started to trust in the universe again. I was like, okay, I got this job. Like, that's amazing. That it all happened. It all worked out so quickly. But now I can't go back to this. I need another job. That night I saw a job be posted and I thought, oh my God, this is perfect. Like, this is perfect for me. So I applied for it, heard back straight away, got a job interview the next day. So I took the day off, went to the job interview, and they were like, they made out as though I was like a yes. Like, they put down my son's name, like because we were talking about how, like, oh, we go to the same daycare and everything. And I was like, oh my God, like, they definitely like me. I've got this job, was what I thought. And I thought, okay, I'm going to quit the other job. I'm going to trust in the universe that I got this job and it's going to be all good. And all of a sudden, didn't hear a thing from the other job. And I asked them about it. They said they had an influx of applicants and I'll hear back from them soon. That was like almost a month ago. I never heard back from them. So here I was without a job because I ended up quitting the other one. I just could not go back after the first day. And some people love their call center jobs and I'm like all good with that. I just couldn't do something I didn't have value in. And I was like, that there was my next breaking point. So I haven't had a breaking point like this since, it was like 2 or 3 years ago, because it's how I started my business. Well, I had another breaking point, and it's because I never fully healed myself. I never understood my self-worth. I never looked back. After I had kids, I never looked deep into me. I kind of just found something to inspire me, to help my hormones, to help me heal, to help with my overall health. But I kind of only did the surface level stuff of understanding my self-worth and understanding my confidence. And having clients that are going through similar things was really eye-opening. They always say you end up attracting like what you are putting out there as well. Like what you're going through will be the people that need help. They will have this exact same things that they're going through. So it's all good. I took a good 3 to 4 weeks off social media. And that is like the most scariest thing. If you're in business and you have your own business and you take time off social media, like I don't have a team of people with me, right? Like I took time off. I didn't post. I didn't do emails. I didn't do anything. And that was really hard for me because I just felt like, oh, well, then I'm going backwards. But I needed to because I needed to sit in silence with me, with who I am, with who I want to be. And this is where the rebrand started from. So you would have heard the intro is different. I'm now showing up with the name Her Powers Showing. So the podcast was called I Am Well, and that worked 2 years ago. When I first came up with it, that was exactly what made sense. And you've probably heard the story of that came about. And that resonated. It doesn't resonate anymore because I'm different to that person I was 2 years ago. I'm not her anymore. And I'm showing up differently. And I realized my powers are showing. Who I am becoming, like it's showing. I'm showing up more authentic and I'm not scared anymore. And I don't want women to feel that they're missing something in life. I want women to feel powerful. It's hard, especially if you're a mom and say you're not the breadwinner of the family, you're not making up as much money as your husband. You kind of feel like your place in life gets lost. Like the kids need you and that's important. And you run a household, of course that's important. But I know the feeling of feeling still like you're not valued, of feeling like you were meant for more. And hence why I did a whole rebrand. I'm now called Her Power Showing. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll see it's all changed, got a new vibe. And I'm showing up more authentic and raw and real. And I would never, ever think to tell you a story about what I'm going through in life on my podcast, because I would think, no, who's going to want to hear that? And also, it's too real and raw to tell. I need to show up like I've got it all together. Wrong. I'm sick of doing that. It's exhausting showing up like you've got it all together. And newsflash, no one's got it all together. The most put together person still doesn't have it all together. We are human beings that are just trying to live our best life. And I am loving life at the moment. I went to a women's circle recently, and the connection that we shared, and it felt like I'd known these women for like so long. And I was like, this is what I want. This is what I want to have in my life. When I first had my daughter, I made sure that I didn't go to any mums groups. I just isolated myself from everyone because I was so fearful of judgment. I don't know why, but obviously my self-worth was very, very low then too. Women's circles and women's groups are the best things for us. It literally runs in our veins to be like, we need community. It helps our hormones too. Like, once again, everything relates back to hormones, okay? But hormonal health coach, oxytocin, that is stimulated when we're surrounded by women, when we're surrounded with each other. Like, we thrive in community. And so I've created my own community. It's called the Reborn Collective. And it just makes sense because I honestly, guys, I feel like I've been reborn. I feel, that sounds so cliche. You're probably like, someone's probably out there like, ugh, rolling my eyes. Okay, stopping it, turning it off. If you have, I totally understand. But it's true. As corny as it sounds, it's true. I feel like there's a part of me that's died. And I loved that part of me. I'm loving it, and I'm leaving it now. Like, thank you. Like, it protected me. It protected me for so long, and it got me to where I am now. But I'm good now. I'm showing up how I want to show up, and I'm feeling so good. Like, you can probably tell the vibe is different. I'm feeling really good. And I want women to go through this as well. If you're not feeling valued, or you're not feeling worthy, or you're not feeling good enough, like, get into some women's circles. Surround yourself with love. And if you don't know where to start, come to my circle. I literally have just begun it, and I am seeking as many women as we can in there. And it's super chill. I will just be, each month, I'm just wanting to get us to reunite via Zoom, obviously, because I'm assuming it's going to be people from all over the world. And we'll just connect on Zoom. I've got some mastermind classes I want to share. So of course I'll do the general, like, understanding your hormonal health, understanding your body. But then also I want to bring on some guest speakers to talk about somatic healing. Maybe we'll have some dance sessions where we can let out some stuck energy. I don't care. We are just creating a vibe here. We're creating a community that makes us feel good, that gets us together. And I don't even have the words to explain it anymore, but I'm just so freaking excited. This is, if you want to surround yourself with women that just want to live their best lives, like, that's where then you'll end up thriving too. Okay. So yeah, it's called the Reborn Collective. Monthly mastermind classes. We're going to have Telegram where you can chat in there until we get too big, and then I'll have to create a community forum. And I'm going to put in some weekly voice notes in there to inspire you, get you guys thinking about who you are, who you want to be, what you value, and what you want to bring to the world. And then obviously I have my resources too in there that you can use whenever you need, because the tools are important. I still always believe in fasting to a woman's cycle and cycle syncing your life, whether you have a cycle or not. And that's something that I'm super passionate about, and I'll always that's always there, the basis of my teachings. But now I've just gone to a different depth of healing too. And we really need to, oh God, if you want to live your best life, like just figure out what makes you light up, what lights you up, and what do you want to bring to this world? Because everyone brings something to this world. So what's something that you're going to bring? Because I know it's going to be valued and I know people need it. If you feel like it lights you up, people out there are needing that. It's so dire at the moment. Like that was one of the things when I was going through like that big struggle of mine for the last month was I was on like, I don't know, my algorithm was definitely way off into the sad direction, but I'm just seeing everything in the world and how heartbreaking it is and everything that's going on. And it's so heartbreaking. It's like you've got the news on 24/7. And my grandma, she never used to watch the news. And now I understand why. I used to be like, oh, she's like, that's so woo-woo. It's so crazy. Like we need to know the news. Everything's just sad at the moment. So no, you don't need to know, okay? And it's good to be aware of what's happening out the world. And if you can help, like that's amazing. But it's also, you need to look after you as well. And what better way than to connect with a community of like-minded women? So if you're keen, I'm going to leave all the details in the show notes below. It's super, super affordable. For the first 20 people, it's only $33 a month. It will eventually go up after the 20 people, obviously, but I wanted to make something that was super cheap because I was like, I just want us to connect. Women that feel attracted to one another, like energy, we're going to thrive, and I can't wait to see you in there. Anyway, this is pretty much me in a nutshell. So it's no more I am well. It's her powers showing because her powers are showing. Your powers are showing. We're going to start from here on out. I'm making my vow to you, and I want you guys to like say it the same. Like, here's your oath. We are showing up high vibration only. Yes, you're going to have your down days too, and that is okay. That is normal. But we're not going to bottle it up and pretend everything's okay. You're going to take the time out for yourself. You're going to release that emotion, and then you're going to move on, and we are going to do it together. I'm doing it too, and I'm here for it. I'm here for all of us. Finally, just being whoever the hell we want to be. Be whoever you want to be. Life's too short to be anything else. And I want you to be as happy as you can. You might not be in the job that you want right now, but if you truly believe or truly like know what you want and where you want to go, you're going to get there. It's going to happen. But you need to trust the journey and stop getting in the way of yourself. And that's what I'm telling you, but that's what I had to learn as well. And I'm still learning. We are all still learning. So thank you for listening. If you like this episode, don't forget to leave me a rating or review. It means the absolute world to me. Shoot me an email or message on Instagram. Otherwise, I will talk to you all in the next episode. Thanks, guys. Bye.